Hello everybody, welcome to the ultimate Five Nights at Freddy's Iceberg. This is probably the biggest iceberg I've ever seen actually concerning FNAF. It involves a lot of tiers, or 10 layers to be exact, with many entries in every single layer. I'll be covering the first layer today, and I'll do the other ones in the next few days or weeks. If somebody of you doesn't know what an iceberg actually is and has been living under a rock, an iceberg video is a popular type of content that explains the depth and complexity of a topic by using the metaphor of an iceberg. So the tip of the iceberg are like these most well-known and surface level facts or ideas. They're easily accessible and understood by general public, and as we go deeper, it is lesser known or more obscure, or there is more specialized information. And then the bottom layers, they contain the most mysterious, disturbing, or scariest content. And also these things involve very speculative entries or things that have been debunked or intentionally hidden. Before we get right into it, I'd like to tell you, if you liked the video or if you enjoyed it as you watch it, don't forget to subscribe and leave a like, because your support matters and I do these videos for you guys. So if you enjoyed it, please do me the favor and yeah, enjoy. "1987 in FNAF's 1 Custom Night." So in the first Five Nights at Freddy's game, players have the option to unlock the custom night, so they can select the difficulty of the individual characters before beginning their game. In addition to this, one of the most important years in the games in the game's lore, is the year 1987. So in order to unlock the custom night, or the Easter egg, the players must give Freddy difficulty 1, Bonnie difficulty 9, Chica difficulty 8, and Foxy 7. After doing so, the player has to select Ready, and doing so will cause the face of the character known as Golden Freddy to appear. He will let out a low-pitched scream, and then the game will crash. Freedom. The freedom theory in Five Nights at Freddy's 2 is a fan-created idea suggesting that the animatronics' screams during jump scares sound like they're saying freedom, especially when you hear the Foxy jump scare. This theory gained popularity in the early 2010s, with fans speculating that the animatronics were seeking release from their haunted existence. So the theory itself emerged after fans analyzed the audio of the animatronics jumpscare sounds. Some listeners claimed that when played backward or altered, the screams resembled the word freedom. This led to a speculation that the animatronics were expressing a desire to be freed from the spirits possessing them. And upon further examination, many fans and theorists concluded that the reversed audio merely resembles the word freedom, and this phenomenon is just, it was debunked. Mike Kill All. The phrase Mike Kill All originates from a fan theory about the Five Nights at Freddy's 2 trailer. In the trailer, children sing the nursery rhyme, "London Bridge is falling down." When the audio was reversed, some listeners claimed it sounded like Mike Kill All. And this theory gained traction among fans who believed that Scott Cawthon, the creator of FNAF, intentionally embedded this message to hint a deeper lore. Some speculated that it referred to Michael Afton, a central character in the series, and his involvement in the tragic events at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. And upon further analysis, many fans and theorists concluded that this reversed audio also just merely resembles the phrase Michael All, fans hearing things where they wanted to hear things, and yeah, this was debunked as well. Was that the Bite of 87?
Hey guys, I think the
Was
little
That
man
the
said
Bite of
he wants to
87
give
refers
Fredbear
to
a
a
big
series of meme
kiss.
edits based on the American YouTuber
On
Markiplier
three,
and his
one,
reaction to
two.
the Bite of 83, which people previously thought had to be the Bite of 87 in Five Nights at Freddy's 4. So the origin on July 27th, 2015, Markiplier uploaded part 5 of his Five Nights at Freddy's 4 playthrough. In the video, Markiplier watches a cutscene of the Bite of 83,
Was that the
in which
bite of
animatronic
87?
bear Fredbear bites the crying child. Markiplier reacts to the cutscene by holding his mouth open in shock for 20 seconds and then asking the viewers if that was the Bite of 87, referenced in FNAF 2. And this video received over 15.2 million views in 4 years, and it's a very common meme inside the community. Hashtag StandByScott. Hashtag StandByScott is or has emerged in 2021 as part of a broader fan response to Scott Cawthon's retirement from the Five Nights at Freddy's franchise. This movement was fueled by online controversy surrounding Cawthon's political donations and the subsequent harassment he faced, which led him to the step back from the series. So the hashtag gained traction as fans shared artwork, messages of gratitude, and tributes to Cawthon's contributions to the gaming community. For example, users on platforms like Reddit and Twitter posted messages such as, "Thanks Scott Cawthon for making everything possible after all these years." And the sentiment was echoed across various social media platforms, reflecting the community's appreciation for Cawthon's work and its desire to support him during a challenging time. Afton Robotics LLC. Afton Robotics is a fictional company which is owned by and operated by William Afton, the main antagonist of the series. Afton Robotics is responsible for designing and manufacturing the animatronic characters used in Circus Baby's Pizza World. Yeah, there's nothing really more about that. So, just the main antagonist, Afton, is using his company to lure children to the animatronics and to get the remnant out of them, to basically kill them. Yeah, but there's nothing much more to that. Ambience. So Ambience is this entry doesn't really have any meaning, I think. So I think it is, about the Easter eggs we can find in some of the games. For example, we know that the power down sound is a plane flying past, slow down. Golden Freddy's laugh is actually Freddy's laugh, just sped up. And Golden Freddy's scream is the other animatronic scream, just slowed down. So there's nothing really more to that. It's just that some of the ambience has some Easter eggs inside it, and yeah. Animdude. Animdude is the avatar of Scott Cawthon, the creator of FNAF, and is a name that is widely used in many other websites. Also, Animdude is featured as a unlockable character added to update 1.2 for FNAF World, and he is unlocked after the player beats the Chica's Magic Rainbow minigame in over 3 minutes. Ballora is William Afton's wife. No, it's just wrong. Ballora is not confirmed to be William Afton's wife, though there is a high amount of speculation. Well, there is a popular theory that Ballora may be possessed or just inspired by William's wife. There is no explicit evidence in the Five Nights at Freddy's lore to confirm this. Ballora is a funtime animatronic, and her connection to the Afton family is primarily through her role within Circus Baby's Pizza World and her possible connection to the funtime animatronics. So the theory suggests that, or some fans just believe that Ballora, with her humanoid appearance and motherly interactions with other animatronics, may be connected to William Afton's wife. This theory suggests that Ballora might be possessed by her spirit or just inspired by her memory. And yeah, so the official lore doesn't really explicitly confirm that Ballora is William's wife or possessed by her. We don't have real proof. There are some subtle clues and parallels, but still, it's not confirmed or debunked, it's up to you. The Bite of 87 versus Bite of 83. So the Bite of 83 and the Bite of 87 are two very distinct events in the Five Nights at Freddy's universe, both involving animatronics and a child being bitten, but with different outcomes and contexts. The Bite of 83, seen in the minigame of FNAF 4, results in the death of a child after being put in Fredbear's mouth, and the Bite of 87, mentioned in FNAF 1 and 2, involves a child losing their frontal lobe but survives, leading to a change in animatronic policies. Locked out kitchen camera. So in FNAF 1 it's pretty simple, the kitchen camera is blocked, you don't see any image, you can hear sounds, but still there is no visible image. And yeah, Scott actually decided to do that to get a little variety inside the game, and he himself also has stated that the kitchen has no image because he just wanted an area that was left to the player's imagination. So we have a lot of rumors and theories spreading around this topic, but yeah, there's nothing really much to that. Bonnie is blue or purple, or Bonnie is purple. So this entry or this debate is a long-standing and often humorous discussion among Five Nights at Freddy's fans about the true color of Bonnie. He's one of the original animatronics from the first game, so it's actually about the Bonnie in FNAF 1. So the debate itself, many fans perceive Bonnie as blue when playing the original FNAF games, especially in the darker lighting of security cameras. Others perceive him as purple, which confused even more people. So Scott Cawthon himself, if I'm being correct, has stated that Bonnie is actually purple. So he is referred to purple, and that's the official statement. It's just how it is. So yeah, it's just a humorous little discussion among the fans. Burntrap. Burntrap is an antagonist in the game Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach. He is an animatronic of enigmatic origin who resided in the underground ruins of Freddy Fazbear's pizza place, appearing in the base game's Burn It All Down ending. So Burntrap has a physical appearance that resembles both William Afton's depictions in Five Nights at Freddy's 3 and Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria Simulator, though with some significant differences. His suit is olive and dark yellow in color, with an exposed human jawbone, with teeth, and yeah, so basically the theories and speculation around him are like, you know, that Burntrap is actually just a secret ending, so it's not canon, it's not confirmed nor debunked. The current state of it suggests that, yeah, as I already mentioned, Burntrap is just fictional. It's a secret ending with no deeper meaning behind it, and yeah. Cassidy. Cassidy, or better known as the one you should not have killed or vengeful spirit, is one of the missing children killed by William Afton, who later becomes a part of Golden Freddy. Cassidy is often theorized to be the vengeful spirit in the game, which has been kind of confirmed, I guess. And in the books, she's a girl with straight black hair. So there's nothing really more to it. It's just maybe that some theories suggest that Cassidy is the ghost that haunts the Follow Me minigame in FNAF 3. Basically, it's just, yeah, the child that has been murdered, the last, and is now Golden Freddy and torments William in hell in Ultimate Custom Night. CG5. So CG5 is basically just a little meme among the community or among the fans. So just CG5's FNAF songs have gained a lot of popularity for their catchy tunes and incorporation of elements from the game. They're often associated with, you know, memes and fan discussions within the FNAF community. Some of the most popular songs include Superstar, Ballad of the Walking Machines, and Ruined Lullaby. And yeah, he's just known for creating FNAF songs, and yeah. Chipper and Sons Lumber Co. Chipper and Sons Lumber Co. is a game made by Scott Cawthon. It is said to be the foundation or basis for Five Nights at Freddy's itself. When the game itself came out, people gave it poor reviews, stating that the characters look like lifeless animatronics and they look creepy. So basically, Scott took these reviews and had one last chance before actually giving up his career as a game developer. So he decided to do one last game, which was Five Nights at Freddy's. He took the reviews and actually made a horror game, and as we all know, it blew up. Yeah, so this game is just stated to be one of the most influential games that actually made FNAF possible. Confusing timeline. So I don't even need a script for that. Confusing timeline just states that the timeline of Five Nights at Freddy's is just confusing as hell. And I can agree. The timeline has, it has developed in many different many different styles. It has, the franchise itself has like 3 or 4 timelines that are happening at the same time. So we have the book series. We have the Fazbear Frights books, which some of them may be canon, but maybe not. So we don't actually know. We can see some clues inside those books that we can use to actually, fill out the gaps that we have in the game series. And then of course there's the movies. We have a second one coming up in this year actually. So yeah, it's confusing, and that's what the entry just says. Console and mobile ports. So the game had many different ports over the years of development. We got the FNAF games on PlayStation, or we even got FNAF games on mobile. So the games themselves are pretty much, the same to the original PC games. There are some slight changes to make it more accessible. For example, mobile. We have a few differences inside inside the controls, but yeah, the game itself is the same. And yeah, the games. The Games is a nerdcore music channel on YouTube. Will Ryan is the main singer on the channel, however, Chloe Eves has been featured in some songs. And yeah, the channel has over 2 million subscribers on YouTube, and they're also very well known for one of the biggest FNAF songs ever made. For example, It's Time to Die, which is themed around FNAF 3 and Springtrap. Or also, even the game's most popular FNAF song is Break My Mind. It's a FNAF 4 song with over 90 million views on her channel alone. So it's just a music channel making very good songs about FNAF, and yeah, there's also nothing really much to it. Dawko. Luz K. Dawkins, or better known as Dawko, is a British gamer YouTuber who is very known for his Five Nights at Freddy's gameplay videos, or his theories, songs, or interviews. He's one of the most influential FNAF YouTubers we actually have currently in the community. Yeah, and he's just a very good YouTuber, so I guess you should check him out. I don't know. Yeah. Each game has 7 nights. So each game has 7 nights. It's just an entry that states or is about the fact that the game franchise Five Nights at Freddy's, like, each game actually contains more than 5 nights to be exact. For example, you have, I don't know, it was like 7 nights in the first game. You have like 8 nights in the 4th game. So you could say that the game has a misleading title, but still, those are like extra nights. The main campaign has 5 nights, and yeah, that's what the game is actually about. The rest of the games are just like challenges or like extras. And yeah. Endoskeleton hand clips through Freddy's suit FNAF 1 trailer. So this entry is about Freddy's hand or endoskeleton hand actually clipping through his hand, like his animatronic hand, in the first trailer. I haven't seen a trailer like in many years. I can't confirm nor deny it yet, but I've seen pictures right now, like a few minutes ago, and it seems like it's true. So I think it was just an animation error. We don't know. Little mistakes happen, and yeah, it's just his hand, his skeleton hand, actually just clipping through his suit. Everything takes place in a dream/coma. So this entry involves, I think, so it refers to the dream theory. It was a popular theory that posted that, suggested that the first 4 Five Nights at Freddy's games, with the exception of with the exception of the FNAF 4 minigames, were actually dreams of the crying child. And yeah, this theory was basically debunked multiple times by Scott Cawthon. But still, we have some evidence, like, for example, during a game theory livestream, Scott posted clues on scottgames.com that would help uncover the FNAF 4 story. The clue in the FNAF 4 minigame, why would the tiny toy Chica be missing her beak, was interpreted to be, mean that toy animatronics were imagined by the crying child after seeing the tiny toy Chica on the playground without her beak. Or the clue, what is seen in the shadows is easily misunderstood in the mind of a child, was interpreted to mean the crying child thought he saw something being stuffed into an animatronic suit, which would explain the purple guy. And it also explains why purple guy is actually purple, as the crying child only saw him in the shadows. And the clue 4 games, 1 story was given in response to MadPat of Game Theory believing FNAF 2 did not actually happen. This clue has been interpreted to mean that all 4 games were the dreams of the crying child, who then ends up dying in the hospital after the bite of 83. So yeah, it's just it was a good theory, or still is a good theory, which has been sadly debunked, or which has just been debunked, and yeah. Failed Kickstarter. Failed Kickstarter associated with Five Nights at Freddy's refers to an early crowdfunding attempt by Scott Cawthon for the original game, which ultimately did not receive any backers. So in June 2014, Scott Cawthon launched a Kickstarter campaign titled Five Nights at Freddy's, aiming to raise $10,000 for the game's development. The campaign was active for 30 days, but concluded with $0 pledged and no backers. This outcome led to the project's cancellation. Still, despite the lack of crowdfunding support, Scott Cawthon did actually proceed to develop the game independently, utilizing the Click Team Fusion 2.5 engine and 3ds Max for 3D modeling. He released FNAF on August 8, 2014. And as we know, the game quickly gained popularity, and it developed into the fan base we have today. Fall Guys, Dead by Daylight, and Fortnite. So this entry, I think, is about the possible collaborations we could have had in the different the mentioned games. The Iceberg is, I think it's a year old, so basically the maker didn't know that we actually have a Dead by Daylight collaboration actually happening right now, or at the moment. Still, Fall Guys and Fortnite are not happening at the moment. I hope it's this, so I really hope it doesn't happen, because if Fortnite and Five Nights at Freddy's should have a collaboration, I would seriously feel I don't know, I just don't want to make it happen. I don't know. But anyway, so this entry just refers to the collaborations with other games we possibly could have. Yeah. Fan art. So fan art is another entry about the community. We know that FNAF has a big community that likes to draw art, and art that is very good, actually very well made, and is, has a lot of respect and has many artists that did get a lot of respect and a good reputation out of it. But we also have a few people who do some questionable fan art of FNAF. Very questionable. Yeah, I really don't feel very comfortable talking about this topic. I'm pretty sure there are many other YouTubers talking about the whole fan art situation, especially the thing was the artist that made, like the FNAF 6 art and stuff. There was a whole controversy going around because she was like drawing art of I really don't want to say anything wrong, so I think it was like just drawing very very controversial stuff. There are many videos about it, so I don't know if you find it interesting, if you really say, yeah, I find it very, I want to know more about it. I'm pretty sure that there are many people out there who have made a video about this. If you do need a video about it, like video of me making, or like me making a video about it, tell me in the comments. I really hope you don't want to see a video of it, but still, so just the entry refers to, the a whole collection of fan art, fan names being canonized. So fan names being canonized is another entry that involves the fans. So I think the best example is Golden Freddy. I think it was Markiplier who actually named Golden Freddy. He just called him Golden Freddy, and it just happened people accepted this name, and people are just using it all around, and yeah, it sort of just over the time it became canon. So the fan also have a lot of involvement and do have a say I guess in naming characters, for example. And yeah, fan songs. Then we have a lot of fan stuff here. So yeah, fan songs is another entry just about the community. We have a lot of fan songs that have been made over the past few years. Of course, we have Living Tombstone. They are a band who made maybe even the historic best FNAF song ever made, which has over like 300 million views. Don't get me like, I don't know the exact number, but it is in the 100 million, so I'm pretty sure it is. So fan songs are very, very well known among the fans in the community. Fazbear Fanverse. So the Fazbear Fanverse initiative, also known simply as the Fazbear Fanverse, is a collaboration by Scott Cawthon and creators of very popular FNAF fan games. And it was first announced on August 21, 2020. So this project is, in Scott's own words, a giant collaboration involving several fan game creators who have made some of the most popular fan games over the years here in the community. It's a project that's designed to invest into those franchises, give back to the developers, and hopefully bring new entries to those franchises as well. So Cawthon's ultimate goal was just to finance and to back up the creators of very popular fan games, and to actually support them to make more games. We have, I think it was Pop Goes, we have Five Nights at Candy's, we have a lot of fan games and creators of fan games who were supported by Scott himself to actually develop more games, which is a very nice and supportive thing to do. Fazbear Frights. So Fazbear Frights, as I mentioned previously, is an anthology series of the mystery horror novels in the FNAF franchise. The books are also written by Scott Cawthon with various authors and published by Scholastic Inc. So it is a big collection of novels and short stories, like each book containing 3 short stories. Um, I have read some of those, and I really think these are very good books, very good short stories. There's we just we as fans or theorists, people read the novels, and use those clues they get from the books to actually fill in the gaps inside the game lore. So yeah, very very helpful. Yeah. Five Nights at Candy's. Five Nights at Candy's, as I also previously mentioned, there's nothing really much to add there. It's a very popular fan game like franchise, or a game series of a very popular fan game creator. Um, I haven't played it, so I don't really know what the game is about. I've seen some gameplay, some let's plays, but still. So you can look up gameplay. If you think it's a great game, you can download it, you can play it. I think it's available like on Game Jolt or somewhere like that. I think it's on Game Jolt, should be. Um yeah, you can download it, you can play it. It's a very popular and good game. Five Nights at Freddy's 2 is a prequel. So FNAF 2 is a prequel is the idea, or even the fact that refers to the confirmed fact that FNAF 2 is a prequel to the first game, even though it was the second game that has been released. So basically, FNAF 2 takes place in 1987. It is confirmed by in-game context and the infamous bite of 87. FNAF 1 takes place after FNAF 2 in the early 1990s, estimated around 1993 based on clues. We have a lot of evidence involving newspaper clippings or phone guy, his dialogue, and animatronic models. So basically, just as it is a confirmed fact that FNAF 2 takes place before FNAF 1. Five Nights at Freddy's 2 song, The Living Tombstone. So basically, as I previously mentioned, The Living Tombstone is a very popular band who have made one of the, if not the biggest FNAF songs ever made. And this song, It's Been So Long, is the song to the second game. Very good game, very good song. Yeah, also very popular. Just another entry concerning the community. FNAF AR special delivery skins. So I don't need a script to that as well. FNAF AR is a mobile game for, let's say mobile FNAF game that is, working with augmented reality. And this entry revolves around the many different skins for the animatronics. We have like, I don't know, chocolate bunny or something. We have a frozen ice Freddy. We have a clown Springtrap. We have like the game has so many different skins, and so many different variants of the FNAF animatronics, which is pretty crazy. I've played the game. It's pretty funny, I guess. But yeah. FNAF referenced in Deltarune. So this entry is about a Easter egg we can see in Deltarune. This can be seen when we talk to Pizza Pants about his coworkers. When you ask him this question about his coworkers, he will list off his coworkers. One of these is Purple Guy, which he afterwards questions if he even works there. And this clearly is a reference because Purple Guy is a FNAF character and that game takes place at a pizzeria. So it's a pretty little Easter egg inside the game, pretty funny. Yeah, nothing more much to add there. FNAF World. FNAF World is a 2016 role-playing video game created by indie developer Scott Cawthon. It is his first official spin-off of the Five Nights at Freddy's series and the 5th game overall. It is a very underestimated game. It answered a lot of lore, or many questions concerning the lore. The game was initially released for Windows via Steam, but then also for Android and you know, other platforms like GameJolt. It's a very funny game. I've played it like for a few hours. Never really, never really got to the end, but still very, very underestimated game, very good game, and yeah. Okay, so what is up, guys? It's future me here. So basically, this is it for the first part. I tried to, or even did the surface, the first layer. Is a pretty big iceberg, so it will take a few parts. So just let me know if you enjoyed the video. If you want to see more, give me critics, give me reviews, so I know where I can improve, because this is a video format I've never really tried. I never made a iceberg video, so just let me know where I can improve. And yeah, so if you enjoyed it, leave a like, subscribe, and yeah, have a wonderful day, and so yeah.